I'm a huge fan of Instagram stories. If you follow me on Instagram, then you know that I'm active on Instagram stories almost every single day. Well, pretty much every single day. And I've learned a lot of little secrets and tricks to make your Instagram stories more engaging, more interesting, and also to help you get more reach across the entire Instagram platform so you can grow faster. So I'm gonna share a lot of these secret little tricks and tips in this story. I'm gonna share a lot of these secrets and hacks in this video. The first thing that I want to dive into is your text. These are just some fun ways to spice them up, make them look more interesting. So let's dive in. So the first thing is shadow text. This one's really simple, but I do love the way that it looks. Let's write YouTube, right? That's good. So you're gonna just type it in, copy it, and then you basically just go to the letters again and then paste it again. So now you have two versions of YouTube. You're gonna make one of them black, and then you're just gonna layer them on top of each other. So it becomes this shadow text, or you can go reverse and go like that and becomes shadow text. So that's a really simple little trick just to add a little bit more. So the next thing is called gradient text. So you can highlight the whole word. This takes a little bit of finessing with your hands, especially if you have long nails, but go to one of the colors on the color scheme down here, color wheel down here, and really carefully only tap on the bar on the outside of this letter once it's all highlighted. And then you grab this. There you go. You get rainbow or gradient colors on your text. Next, you can highlight certain words as well. So let's say I post something like YouTube is the best, and I change the font. You can do this with any kind of font, but just to show you guys, if I wanted to just highlight one word, you can just highlight it, select it, and then just change the color with the color wheel down here. Now, if you want to do handwriting on your stories, it's really easy. All you need to do is click on the drawing tool, and this slider on the right-hand side will make your art thinner or thicker, I guess. So you want to bring it all the way down to the thinnest option, and then I will do it in white just to show you guys. And I can do like a signature, or I can write an entire word like that. The next thing is your posts. How do you use Instagram stories to drive more engagement to your posts, and how can you best set up your posts on your Instagram stories, and some secrets for how you can actually add multiple images to one story. And then the next thing that you can do is you can do just strict text stories. So sometimes I'll do this if I really want to emphasize a point. So I will go like that, and then if you click on that same drawing tool and you click on, let's say, white, and you just hold down, it turns the entire thing white. And then you can do something like, I went to the mall today, and we'll make that black or blue or black. And then I want to make this as like a whole story. What I'll do is I will save it. I won't share it. I'll exit out, discard. Then I'll upload it again. And then I'll add another piece of text. So, and it was fun. Done. I'll move that text down, and you can just keep doing this. So I'll save it, and then I would just keep sharing it with each one that I did. So as you looked through them, you would see like one line by one line by one line of text. If you want people to go to an image that you recently posted, you can go here and go add post to story, and this will be added into your story. Now, if you watched another video of mine called How I Post to Instagram, you'll see my whole tricks and tactics of how I get a ton of engagement for my posts from my story. But just a couple things here. So this is a clickable link, and when you click on it, it comes up with two different formats of how you want to share it. I usually do it like that. And what you can do is you can add a little sticker. So if you go into the gifts, go tap here, and you put it over top. Then when people click on this from your story, they're gonna go right to the post, which will drive more engagement. Now, what can you do if you want to have this be full screen? There's a couple of things that you can do. You can actually just go like that, make it full screen, and do the same thing. So you can go tap here, and same thing, it's still gonna drive to your story if someone clicks on it. If someone taps this, it's gonna go right directly to your post. Now, a really cool thing that I just recently learned is you can actually add multiple images to one story. So let's say I want to make the background white, which I just showed you how to do, and I want to add an image to the story. What I'll do is I'll go into my images, and let's just say I want to share a bunch of testimonials. So I will share this guy, and I'm going to click here, and I'm going to go copy. So I'll go copy at the bottom, and then you open up Instagram, and it'll pop up right here, and you can add it as a sticker. So I can play around with it, make it bigger, smaller, and I can just keep doing that same thing. So say you want to add a bunch of pictures. I want to add this one. Let's go copy. And then when I open up Instagram, same thing. I can add this as a sticker. So you can do a whole collage, or if you're sharing testimonials, you can add a bunch of them to one story, which makes your life a lot easier. So you can just keep doing this until you run out of things to share, basically. So let's say I wanted to do this picture too. Again, copy and open. And you can do the same thing with that. So that's how you add multiple images to one story. Card. Another cool thing you can do is, let's say I want to make the background all orange and I want to do some text on it and like the handwriting that I showed you guys. Something that you can do that's kind of interesting is you can actually use the eraser. So that's this on the top right. And you can make this thinner or thicker like I showed you guys earlier. And I'm going to make it kind of thick, and it's going to say, and that actually shows me what's behind. So it like basically erases, and then you can see my face over here. So it's a cool way to do a different style of like writing on the screen. And it's just using the eraser feature. This is one of my favorite things, is if you want to add music to your story. I use Spotify generally when I'm adding music to my story. I know that you can do it directly through the app, but I just like this better. So oftentimes I will play it, as long as your phone is not on silent, make sure that it's off silent, and you play it on here. I don't want to get copyright, so, but then you record as it's playing, and it'll pick up the music in the background, and the music will be on your story. So let's say I want to add a video to my story. So this was a video, and you can always resize your videos or your clips at any time. So you can just shrink it and make it a different size within your story, but you have to upload it in order to resize it. And you can upload full videos to your story. Let me just turn the music off of that. And it will just separate it into 3 clips for you. So you don't even need to really do anything with them, but what you can do is do like, hello on this one, and then dance class. So each one can have something different on it, and it will split it up for you. So if you upload a video that's not vertical and it's horizontal, it'll still work in Instagram. It'll just format it like this instead. The next piece is reposting. How do you repost from other people's stories? How do you post something when someone mentions you in their story? And how do you post from someone's feed to your story? All that right now. How do I repost people's stories onto my stories? Okay, let's go into general requests. So if I go into this and this person has mentioned me in their story, so what I can do is tap on add this to your story, and that allows me to repost. Or what you can do is you can just click on this full screen, screenshot it, and then upload it to your story like that. And you can resize if you need. And then what if I really want to share someone else's post to my story? So say I wanted to share this, same thing that you do with your own post, you just go add to story. And it allows you to add the clickable post from someone else's account to your own story. Okay, I'd love to know, is this helpful so far? If it is, put yes in the comments below. The next thing is questions. How do you post multiple to one story? Let's do this. Say you want to answer questions and you want to answer multiple at one time. What you can do is you can go share response, so you click on the question, and to see the responses that people have to your questions, you just go, you swipe up and you'll be able to see it when you click on the number of people who have watched. So if I go meditating and I go share response, I can just share it onto like the black screen, or I can share it onto an image of me. So let's do that. And what I can do is I can share multiple answers at one time. So I'll just save that. So discard. And then I will keep adding basically new responses to each one. So swipe up again, let's add, so get some weird responses in here. Let's go share response. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save or upload the photo that I just saved. So I can add a bunch of different responses in here at one time instead of answering each one individually. So that makes it a lot easier. For polls and questions, let's say I wanted to do a poll of some kind, and Do that again. Super flattering. Let's just say it's like a heck yes. Change this in here. No. And the title that you have on this is you can just change it within the poll, but what I like to do to add more emphasis to it is actually add extra text. So, what do you think? And that allows you to create a new, there we go. That's such a flattering shot of me, my God. Final thing I wanted to share with you are some bonus apps, because everything that I've just mentioned you can do directly in Instagram, but there are some bonus apps I wanted to tell you about that will really add another level to your Instagram stories. A couple other bonus apps that I love to really up your game on your story is Word Swag. So you can use this to just add more interesting text and graphics onto your story. Word Swag is amazing because it has a bunch of really cool templates that you can use, and you can add in all different kinds of text and sort of create like your own graphic design within here, so you can change it to whatever text you want. So I use this a lot of the times if I want to make my stories really stand out. So WordSwag is a great app. And then the other one I was going to show you is a very popular one, which is Unfold, and it makes these really beautiful, simplistic stories. So you can change the title, change the text, and save it in story format. You can also add videos in here as well. And then the last one, which is really just more fun than anything, is Kira. And if you've ever seen bloggers use this app, you'll see like it makes everything look a little more sparkly and shiny. You can see that on my ring. No, it's not an engagement ring, don't get too excited. But you can see that it does that to pretty much everything and makes it look like shiny, sparkly, and just more exciting. Those are my 3 bonus apps. I hope these tips were helpful for you. Let me know in the comments below. I love reading them, and shout out to our comment of the week. I absolutely so appreciate that you guys take the time to watch the videos, and most importantly, that you take the time to actually leave feedback below. I do read all your comments, so thank you. Also, if you want to share with me on Instagram what you thought of this video, you know the drill. Take a second to take a screenshot, post it on your Instagram story or on Instagram, and tag me and let me know what you thought of the video and what the most valuable tip was, and I can't wait to see what you think. Those screenshots give me life. I love seeing them. So thank you so much for those. And if you want even more ninja tricks for Instagram, make sure you check out my video on how I post to Instagram, because it's a lot more complex than just writing the caption and throwing a photo up on the platform. And when you do the tricks in that video, you're gonna see a crazy increase in your engagement like I did. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell to get notified every single time we post a new video, and hit that like button if you enjoyed this and if it was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.